Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so today is second day of uh, fasting, 24-hour fast. Actually, it's going to be an extended fast. The longest I've done is 4 days. So far, I did 4 days and I broke it. I was trying to shoot for 5, and then I did 3 days, 4 days of 24-hour fast. And so now, what I'm going to try and do, just so that I can challenge myself and see if I can do it, is I'm going to try and do a 6.5 day fast. I'm also doing, obviously, you can't really tell, but you know, I need to lose quite a bit of weight, and I know in the past I've always done it, whether it be with the warrior diet or sometimes through intermittent fasting with the paleo diet. Right now, I'm doing more of a ketogenic diet because I found that that's what works for me. I know that there are some people that can tolerate grains or can tolerate a higher carb intake. For myself, through, we'll say, experimentation, in other words, allowing myself to go back and have all the favorite foods that I like and all the breads and pizza, and even if I try to eat the healthy stuff, I'm just not, I'm very grain intolerant, and so the ketogenic diet is what really works for me. I get very full. There's obviously a lot of studies, and so in my case, I'm also doing it. I guess you could say for a couple of reasons as far as the ketogenic and the intermittent fasting is: one, obviously for the weight loss; two, for the health benefits, because I would like to be around for a while; and then three is just so that a personal challenge, so that I can, see if I can go, X number of days, do what they call an extended fast or a prolonged fast, which usually means anything more than 48, 72 hours, 3 days. And so, and usually for me, once I get going, it's not that hard. And so I drink a lot of water. Through a lot of experimentations, I've tried different ways of fasting. Of course, there are a lot of different ways of fasting. So when I started again, because I've done it on and off, and I always have success when I stick with it. And then when I don't, and I allow myself to go back into my old eating habits, that's when the weight, comes back up rather quickly. In addition to all the health markers too that are not where they should be. And I know through my own experimentation back in 2010, when I was being really strict on the paleo diet, I lost almost 100 pounds in 10 months, and I was off my blood pressure medication, and all my allergies were gone, all my aches were gone, all that kind of stuff. But then, I allowed myself for my birthday to have some cake, and then it became some bread, and it became some soda, then it became Thanksgiving, and it was Christmas, and then the whole thing started all over again. And I've tried ever since then to, on and off, and again, successful when I stick with it, and not so successful when it comes back. So I'm determined this year. I know it's still December, but I'm determined this year to not only lose the weight and lose the body fat, which is my biggest concern, because I'm trying to maintain my muscle mass, so I'm not really worried too much about weight. I'm more worried about the body fat, which I know is the more important factor. But I also want to get off the high blood pressure medication, and get rid of the allergies, because through experimentation, like I said, I already know that that's what's going to work for me. Of course, the downside is the older you get, the harder it is to get the weight off. But I'm determined, which is another reason why I'm doing this video. I've never really done a video before, and so talking a little bit about what I'm doing. I have done. There's a lot of different types of fasts. There's a lot of videos out there, a lot of books, and through my own experimentations, I've done fast where maybe I just skip breakfast, or I'll have maybe a light salad, that kind of stuff. Or like when I first started doing the 4-day fast, I was having broth, and I was having some coffee in the morning, some tea, that kind of stuff. And but what I'm trying to do now is really stick to no calories, because with my coffee I would put some butter in, or I put some MCT oil in, and that does have a little calories, not a lot, obviously. And obviously, when you're going from eating a lot of calories and a lot of carbs, any reduction you do in caloric intake is going to have an impact. But one of the things that, although the ketogenic diet is the idea behind, you can use fat as a fuel source. If I take in a lot of fat, although healthy, my body will use that first instead of tapping into the stored fat that I have, which is really what I'm trying to target right now. I think once I get down to an ideal weight that I feel comfortable with, and then I can definitely. But either way, I'm gonna, the ketogenic diet is what works for me. And so right now I'm doing more of a just liquid, non-caloric type of fast. So I have my apple cider vinegar in the morning. I have my coffee with nothing in it, and then I have either green tea or something like that. Lots of water. I'm not doing the broth right now. I'm not doing the butter in my coffee. So I'm trying to work on that. So when I started this in the beginning of December, I was at 278. Right now, today is the 12th. I'm at 266. So I've already lost, quite a bit of weight, and definitely my waist has gone down. I'll give those numbers a little bit later. So I'm going to be making these video, I guess you could say diaries, and who knows, maybe I'll share them. All right.